helping you to weather good and bad economies without putting retirement on hold. This is the Tumolo Financial Podcast with Ken and Nick Tumolo. Ken and his son Nick know that creating a comprehensive financial plan can align your hard-earned life savings with your retirement goals. Consider them your retirement architects. Now, the Tumolo Financial Podcast with Ken and Nick Tumolo.
All right. Something else that is happening in the headlines, not the financial headlines. This is an article that I'm happy to be reporting about, how the quote-unquote dumb phone is making a resurgence, because I miss buttons, guys. They keep taking away all of our buttons, all of these touch screens in the cars and everything. I want a knob. I miss my BlackBerry. Does that make me sound like a little old lady complaining about my lack of buttons in the technology world?
No, I agree with you.
Thank you.
And I'm younger too. And
Perfect.
I'm more of an old soul. I don't like, and the phones keep getting bigger too. I don't know how people want them in their pockets.
People are walking around looking like they got iPads attached to their head. I'm like, what is happening? I thought that the idea was to simplify and to make things smaller. Oh, no. Actually, the larger screens, as I get older and start needing these glasses more, not so mad about that. But this actual story about people ditching smartphones, it's not just about the buttons that we miss. Flip phones are making a comeback, these dumb phones, because people are trying to reduce their screen time and improve their overall mental health. It's not just in the screen times or the technology space as well. As you guys know, speaking to what people come to you with, which is, of course, stress over the chaos that is not having a plan and wanting to simplify their plan so that they can understand it, they can do the thing we talk about, spend with confidence. So how do you help somebody do this? When somebody comes to you for analysis, how do you streamline to make retirement easier?
Yeah, and even on the note, I want to go back to the smartphone thing too.
Okay.
I noticed that, when I'm not on my phone as much, my mental health's a lot better. I'm doing other things.
It's incredible how much better you feel.
Yeah, it is incredible. And I looked at my screen time the other day, actually. I was like, oh my God, I've been pretty bad the last few months. So
it's addictive.
Yeah, it really is. And I even saw a story, I think it was yesterday or a couple of days ago, that parents are trying to sue Instagram, TikTok, Facebook because their kids' mental health, their depression, their anxiety levels have skyrocketed. It's
an epidemic, and the thing that's happening to young people, for sure.
Yeah, I don't agree with the the suing the
lawsuit is right.
I'm like,
you got to parent.
There we go.
Be the parent.
I'll let you say it.
Yeah, I'll say it.
Be the parent.
Be the parent.
I 100% agree. So it is a tough thing to see.
Yeah.
I hope they figure it out, but not confident in the short term.
Got it.
But even simplifying, though, going back to just the retirement planning, simplifying, one thing that I was even thinking about, a couple different stories, especially consolidating accounts.
Yeah.
That's where I see a lot of people that jump from job to job, or they roll their 401k in an IRA, and they have a bunch of accounts. I've had a few people come in. I'll go over one of the bigger ones. I had a client come in, and they had 19 accounts.
From previous employers and just a smattering of...
Previous employers and 2 advisors at the time.
Wow.
A few different bank accounts.
They had 2 advisors already.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. So, talking to them about it and being like... And they even felt like they couldn't keep track of everything. I'm like...
I'm sure.
Well, you have the same tax code on a lot of these things. We can get this down to less than 10. And I was even just talking about that and telling them, I probably wouldn't work with you if you want me to be your 3rd advisor. You really should have, I really think personally, 1. Every advisor would agree with me. I know some people like to have 2, so I'm completely fine with that to start to get some trust in. So I totally understand that. Okay. So we got to get rid of at least 1 in this situation and make it easier. But even going over their accounts, I got their accounts down from 19 accounts to 6 accounts.
Nice
and simple.
How long did that take?
It wasn't too bad.
Okay.
Thank God, there's electronic paperwork that's easy and everything moves over pretty seamlessly in that situation.
But the point is, they didn't have to do it.
They did.
You did it.
I did it. Fidelity, Schwab did in the background. So I didn't do as much other than signing the paperwork and getting everything set up.
Yep.
Fidelity usually keeps track of it. We use Fidelity or Schwab in those situations. And then contacting the other firms to move everything over. So it was great. And they were happy about seeing that there's only 6 accounts. You can keep track of it easier. We even have great software that shows like customized reporting and everything. And you can manually put the things in. So if you do have 2 advisors or another 401k, you can manually put it in too. So it was a nice way to kind of you can see everything on one page now instead of 19 accounts. So that's really where I get the most out of seeing consolidating accounts on that type of streamlining and making things easier, because there's a lot of things that are complicated. If I went over taxes, Social Security, protecting assets, a lot of that stuff's complicated. So that's why we build out that Tumolo retirement checkup too. I try to focus on a couple different things rather than every single thing in one meeting, because I can probably go on for 4 or 5 hours and we won't even get everything done. So, I mean, you've even had consolidating stories too.
Yeah. Well, and I'm going to point out one of the big things too, and I've seen this multiple times. Someone with a bunch of accounts come in, could be a single person, a couple comes in, and the biggest problem is sometimes the beneficiary stuff isn't right. And so now think about this: you worked your whole life. Okay.
Yeah.
And then you pass away, and money's going to someone that you don't want it to go to, and
not your spouse, and not your kids.
spouse, and not your kids. That's a disaster. So a lot of times,
it plays out. There's nothing if you pass and it's set up that way. You can't change it. I mean, I guess there can be huge legal lawsuits or other things, but for the most part, it's not.
You can't change it.
Yeah.
Quick story, and actually I probably should say this too. Anyone that's worried about their accounts, they should be calling us. Our number, 860-854-3434, and our website, tfcheckup.com. We do complimentary appointments.
Yep. And this is part of the reviewing process, checking those little details of are your beneficiaries correct?
Yeah, so it's a worry. We had a guy come in, and this was a sad story. His wife had passed away, and they got married later in life. So now think about this: multiple accounts. His wife didn't change all the beneficiary stuff, and they made the assumption that the will said it all goes to my husband. It doesn't. Because it goes by what the account says. So
what happened?
So some things went to him.
Yeah.
Some things went to family members that he did not get along with. And so basically they're just like, hey, she left it to me. You're out of luck, pal. And so the poor guy. He was okay, though.
Okay.
As far as everything that they saved up and everything, he didn't actually need it. But it was just the fact
it's such a blow.
Yeah.
It's so easy to avoid.
Yeah, and if they didn't save enough and that happened, he would have been in trouble. So it's really, you want to look at those things. So people that have a whole bunch of accounts, you want to make it simple. We're going back to the whole iPhone thing, making iPhone simple and going back to the dumb phones, which, by the way, Heather, you mentioned your glasses. Those bigger buttons are probably better for me now because I got the iPhone at the maximum size font and I still can't see it good. So
just start voice texting things. No, forget the typing part. I know. I'm with you on that space too.
So I mean, we run into it a lot. It's you got to consolidate things, make it easier for yourself, make it easier for your beneficiaries. I mean, Nick.
Making it easier. That's why you want to work an advisor, trying to simplify things. So we do that Tumolo retirement checkup complimentary for anyone that calls in. Our phone number is 860-854-3434.
Speak quickly to this. We got a few minutes left before we go to break, but speak quickly to this notion of what happens in these first appointments, the financial checkup that we're always talking about here on the radio program. What can somebody expect and or what should they prepare to expect in these initial conversations?
Yeah, I'll take the beginning. So we'll make it easy. Typically, someone calls in and we want to make it easy because think about it. One of the things that we run into is not everyone likes to talk about money and finances.
Right.
You don't actually, I don't talk to my brother about finances. We just don't talk about it.
Yeah.
And so to call and talk to someone and you're not sure, and you're like, oh, I'm calling this expert. They're going to laugh at me. They're going to think I don't have enough money saved. No, that's not it.
Right.
It's really getting to know that person. And when they call us, just know you can be comfortable calling us. We've heard so many things. We've had bad stories, good stories. We just want to help.
Yeah.
And so the big thing is when people call in to talk to us for that very first appointment, it's really about gathering, Nick, would you say like their dreams, the things that they want?
That's the biggest thing. The first meeting's really about you. We want to get to know you. We want to make sure to, and first question we ask, what are your goals? What are your aspirations in retirement? Is there big expenses coming up? Second home, multiple vacations. Maybe you want to take a huge vacation to Disney World with your whole family. We know Disney's.
Yeah.
It's like you got to take on a mortgage on Disney nowadays.
Oh, no. It's insane, especially if you want to go with more than just your spouse.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
Thank God my brother works there. Get some free park tickets.
Nice.
But yeah, you really want to make it about you. You want to figure out what your family situation is.
Yeah.
Or do you want to spend everything for you? Do you want to leave a legacy? And then really getting into the nitty gritty. How long do you want to work? Are you still working? Mm-hmm. Are you going to work part-time? There's a lot of things. The financials, what are you making right now? What are you going to make later on? Social Security, pensions. We're just trying to get the basics to start. I really don't even, and my dad will say the same thing, we don't go over investments the first meeting.
Okay.
I just want to go over the basic numbers, what type of accounts they're in, and then we can kind of structure things. And then in the second meeting, we can go over, okay, what we see, if there's tax planning, withdrawal strategies, legacy planning, and then add in the market strategies too. So just because I really like to go the basics first. Simplify,
yes.
So that's where we kind of go with it.
Yeah, you can't go over investments if you don't have a plan. I mean, I'm going to stress that. And I run into so many people that'll come in to visit with us. Yeah. And they're invested in this, and this. And I'm like, why? And the reason is you need to have a reason why. So you always start with that Tumolo Financial Retirement Checkup. Mm-hmm. You build the investments around it. And we do that complimentary. Our number, 860-854-3434.
Investment advice offered through Tumolo Wealth Management, a Connecticut-registered investment advisor. Content contained herein should not be construed as an offer or solicitation for investment advice or for the purchase or sale of any security, insurance, or other investment product. Please consult with a qualified financial, tax, accounting, or legal professional before implementing any ideas or strategies discussed here.